Tax-free investing. That is today's subject. This is week 23, day number 1. And this is another daily vlog I've been keeping for 23 weeks. And so we're pretty much going on 6 months now. We have made a lot of progress over the last, 22 weeks, getting properties we can buy for low loan to value, low LTV. And we are looking for properties that allow us also to invest tax-free, worry-free, that type of stuff. And I am just giving you my experience, what I've been doing for a while, and you take this and you implement it however you best see fit in your own life. I am not a financial advisor, CPA, or professional. I am not any of these professional degrees or whatever. So I'm sharing my own experience, and hopefully it serves you as entertainment, right? And you can, entertain and play the game of real estate, right? So we are in the game of real estate, in the game of retirement and growing retirement incomes through real estate in a tax-free way. And that is what I'm sharing with you, some things that I'm doing. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one. So when I was introduced to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I started listening to all his advisors as well. I have all their books. And one of those advisors is Tom Wheelwright. I have all his books. I have Ken McElroy's books. I have, who else? I have the guy that does LLCs and stuff. I can't remember his name, but anyway, I have the whole Rich Dad Poor Dad series, Sharon Lecter's books and stuff. I don't think they work together anymore, but people come and go. And so Tom Wheelwright, I read his books, and it was super interesting to me how we can buy real estate and how we can generate cash flow income, retirement income, tax-free. One of the things that I've learned is we could do this in many different ways. We can use our retirement accounts and stuff, our savings accounts and everything else, but I needed to understand the difference between tax deferred and tax-free investing, right? And so with a lot of retirement plans, you have the choice from my research that you choose to pay on the seed today or on the crop tomorrow. So what I've done is I always try to pay on the seed today, but I try to do it in such a way to where I don't pay anything, and I'm getting better and better every year. I get better at that, and it's a learning process. So I want to encourage you to enroll a tax professional to help you with this. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to tell you how I found my tax strategist, and hopefully this will help you find your own tax strategist. So the first person that I went to was Tom Wheelwright, and he has a firm. He's a CPA, and I called and I said, hey, I want to get your advice. I want you to do my taxes, everything else. And it wasn't cheap. And I understand it, but he's the top of the line. He's like the Rolls Royce, all this stuff. So I said, I can't afford it. So I started to figure out, how can I afford it? Right. And so I started doing more research, and I just said, you know what, I want to use Tom, but I need to figure out something in the meantime because taxes don't wait. So what I did is I went on LinkedIn and I bought this little software called Duck Soup, DUX, and then the word soup, like a broth soup. Uh, and so what I did is I got myself a tool that would automate. So Duck Soup would automate my automatic outreach to tax strategists on LinkedIn. So I went and I automated the software, typed in the keyword, and what I typed was CPA or tax strategist in quotation marks, right? And I found I sorted by accounting, and then I hit search, and I would send the same message, save the first name to people on the results page. And I just asked them a question. I just said, hey, I am looking for a tax strategist that can help me and advise me based on this book. And I put Tom Wheelwright's book on there. And I got a lot of people, a lot of replies. People were laughing at me. People were telling me, oh, you're an idiot. Why do you buy those books? Like really mean stuff, like you're stupid and all this kind of stuff. And these are professionals, some of them would catch me, in a bad mood or something. And I felt like, posting their answer to like their review on Google or something. But I never did that, because I'm like, well, maybe they're having a bad day, so whatever. So I just didn't let it affect me too much. Excuse me. And I kept doing that. In the process of that as well, I reached out to Amanda Hahn, which is promoted a lot by Bigger Pockets, and I'll get into Bigger Pockets in a second. So I reached out to her. Bigger Pockets promotes her books, and I think she wrote a book through Bigger Pockets, and she helps investors, who have buy and hold properties, kind of like the same thing as Tom Wheelwright. And I reached out to her, and I had a consultation with them and everything else. But again, the services were not as much as Tom Wheelwright's, but they were a little bit under. So I'm like, well, maybe, I could do it next year. But I kept working the LinkedIn strategy. Eventually, I started getting people complimenting me on that, on those messages. And finally, long story short, I found somebody, went to his website, and everything on that website is, I only help real estate investors, get to, take the most deductions, pay very little to none in taxes, etc. And so he became my advisor, and that's how I find people. So that's what you have to do in real estate. You have to have a lot of advisors, and I got that from Robert Kiyosaki. He pretty much taught me how to run this business. So I highly recommend all his books, so that you guys, in all of the Rich Dad Advisor books, it's a lot of education, it's a lot of reading. But I've been doing it for now 2.5 decades. And so I've been educating myself through those books, and then other people that I find because of those books and everything else. Now, when it comes to Bigger Pockets and all of the different gurus online, I found that whenever I listened to their advice, I got in trouble a lot. So as an example, Bigger Pockets has had multiple guests on their show who later down the road were accused of fraud, were indicted by a grand jury because they were defrauding investors with their real estate investing strategies. That's Bigger Pockets, and that's not a mistake. I think that what they do is they buy a lot into the hype. Look, my channel is the smallest channel on YouTube. I get very few views, and I don't care, because I primarily do this for me, because it is a way for me to journal what I'm doing. It's a way for me. YouTube is an outlet for me, and it's also a memory diary for me, that one day my kids can watch and they can see what I was doing, and hopefully they can learn from what I was doing. They can always go back, and as far as we know, YouTube is going to be here, for a long time, long enough for my kids to see that. So that's why I do this primarily. I am not doing this for clickbait. I am not doing this to get a lot of views or become famous. Far from it. I would hate to be famous. I would hate that. Hate it with a passion. I don't like any of the fame. I don't like any of the flashy stuff and showing your cars and your airplanes and all the stuff like all of the gurus do. I don't like any of that stuff. And my question to them would be, wait a minute, you are flashing a lot of fancy toys. How come people like Warren Buffett don't do that? If you are, that must mean that you got more money than he does. So, to me, it's a disconnect. If somebody had bragging rights, I would think it's Warren Buffett. So anybody else, that has bragging rights, I think they're very highly disconnected. So I don't listen to what they have to say. I don't really respect too much what they have to say when they have they're bragging about their toys or whatever. But I digress. So I am not doing this channel because I want to get a lot of views or anything like that. I don't want to be famous. Nothing of the sort. I'm doing it to journal primarily for my kids, for my own self. It helps me think about things better. I get to go and listen to the videos again and watch them as I am talking to sellers, and it helps me correct a lot of the mistakes I make. So it's primarily done for me and my family. Now, if in the process of that I can help somebody like you, and you're able to grow your retirement account, man, that is awesome. I would love to help you, and that is my aim whenever I talk to the camera. But aside from that, I don't buy into all the hype that all of these channels, they're talking about the latest toy, the latest strategy, the latest everything, and I don't. My strategy, it has been the same for many, many years, which is cash flow first. That's it. They did not invent cash flow. It's been around forever. So, and the second thing is I want to do a tax-free. So we can do a tax-free, tax-deferred. So I have been taking a lot of notes. And, I've been trying, to study how to do it for my solo 401k. The advantages of a solo 401k, and if, passive income qualifies under that, property management, if I'm looking at my notes here, and how to structure that. Now, the thing that I found the best is to convert and to transfer into a self-directed IRA. That's what I do. So a self-directed IRA, in my opinion, is pretty much for the purpose of real estate. But I am not an accountant. I'm nobody like that. So if we do it that way, then in my opinion, it's easier. There's a lot of custodians out there, that will help you. I like, this guy, Ryan Fisher from Camaplan, my friend Karen Hall from Direct, and you guys let me know if you want me to interview those individuals here on my channel. I think I should. Eventually, I'm thinking about it, but let me know. Give me your feedback. See if you like that. So growing a retirement account is easier when you do that, but it's not the only way. So you can grow your savings account too, and you can do it in multiple ways. You can have an active role in the deal, or you can have a passive role in the deal. I find better that to have one guy that has the active role and to have another guy that has the passive role. When there's two active guys, it gets very, very difficult in my opinion, but people do it. So it is possible, definitely. So in our case, if you wanted to work with me, we could do both either way. You can have the active role and I can have the passive role. If you have a deal that you need to close, could have the passive role. So I would probably just bring some money to the table and you let me know if that's all you need, or maybe you need me to sort of walk you through a deal or something to that effect, and we can do it vice versa. So you can, advise me, and bring a little bit to the table, and then we can take it down, whatever you think is best. If we just network and start doing deals, we'll be okay. So now with that being said, and now that I explained that, my goal here is to find deals that we can do tax free or tax deferred, and then buy at low LTV, loan to value. Okay, so if we have $1 million, which that's my goal, is to have $1 million of my own money out there spread into multiple deals. I need to buy that with a down payment of, so I need to divide the $1 million into $10,000, maybe $20,000 chunks. And then that $10,000 can go and help me buy put down a down payment to buy let's say $500,000 house, right? So when I do it that way, then the math becomes really easy and I can buy a lot more. If I was to buy the properties at 100% LTV, I could only buy 2 houses with the $1 million. But if I spread it out, and divide it into $10,000 increments, then, I can buy, 100 houses. So, and that is enough to retire on. So that's my goal. That's what I strive to do, and do it tax free. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to do what I do on the second portion of this every time, which is I make phone calls to find those deals. And that is the meat and potatoes of this channel, which is you get to see me for an entire year talking to sellers. I don't know if I'll take it beyond the year, but I've kept my commitment to you guys for the past 22 weeks, where you get to see me call. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm pulling up my leads here. I use my own CRM that I designed to house all these leads, so that I can go ahead and just log in here and start calling. So here we go. I have them loaded up here. And now on my CRM, I am picking everything that we have deemed that is dead. There are about 3,000 leads on there that are dead, right? And those were very hard phone calls to make. Why did we mark them dead, right? And I want to make sure that they are really dead. Either I or somebody on our team deemed the lead dead, so I want to know why, and I want to make sure that it is dead. So excuse me, I have been doing that for the past 3-4 weeks or something, and I've gotten some deals out of that. So I do that every once in a while to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So here we go. First one, I'm dialing. Okay, there's no address here, and I have a lot of properties here, like no address, right? So I just mark it like that, and the reason it's dead is because there's no address. Okay, let's see this one. Minnesota. Okay. Oh, this one's sold. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you can kind of see the deals in motion. I'm trying to show you all the mechanics behind these deals so that you can have an idea how to get it done and you can do it on your own. Something else with no address here. Okay, so this is a raw footage. I am not editing anything, so you just get to see me here live training. This is live training for you guys. Okay, no address here. And okay, so that was facts. All right. Okay, there's no address here either. Okay. Lehigh Acres. So now we are in Florida. We have an address and the property has not been sold. Okay, so that's good. That's a potential call.
Yo.
Hey, Ruben, how are you? This is Ben.
Leave me a message. I'll call you back.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may.
St. James City, Florida. Okay, so it's not. It's busy. Lehigh Acres. Jeez.
Has been forwarded to a.
Okay. It's a little bit tough to get a hold of people.
The number you are trying to reach is no longer in service.
Okay. Minnesota. Okay. No answer on that one. Lehigh Acres.
One.
Okay. No answer. Minneapolis. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Steve. How are you? This is Ben.
This is who?
Ben, you had spoken to my assistant about your property there on Franklin Avenue.
Ben, I have no idea who you are. What did I speak to them about?
I think you were thinking about selling it.
That's been an ongoing conversation for some time. Who are you? Ben is who?
Just an individual. I work with. I have a partner. His name is Sean, and we buy some properties, put tenants on them, that sort of thing.
So, buildings are always for sale. So, the only way that I think this building works is if you have an owner occupied. You don't do anything like that, do you?
Owner occupied. Tell me a little bit more. I might be able to work something.
Right. Well, I don't know. An owner occupied means you just have a business that you locate in the neighborhood and you become, it's kind of thing. I mean, you're just looking to buy a building to have for a rental, right?
For rental. Yeah, that's correct. I'm looking at the picture here that I found online. It looks like it was maybe a restaurant, and there's maybe like some living quarters on top.
Well, it's kind of a diverse building. It's it used to be a movie theater built in 1915. Currently, it's got a bookstore, space for a beauty salon, a restaurant, and then there's some residential.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's nice. Okay. So, so you're thinking that the ideal buyer would have to live on site.
Well, they have a business that they maintain in the neighborhood. It's a real unique building. You really don't know it. I mean, I think you're just kind of doing cold calls, which is fine. But
No, I'm not doing cold calls for sure. I don't like cold calling.
No, you don't. Okay, well, I don't remember ever talking to any Ben, and I don't, so there you go.
No, I understand. I understand. No problem. And I know that it might be out of the blue because it has been a while. Just spoke to my assistant at the time. His name is Taylor, but I had you on my notes. I was going to call you a while back. Hadn't gotten around to it. But
COVID has really messed everybody up.
That's right. We got so behind, etc. You know how that went. So yeah, that's why you were on my calendar here to talk to you. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested in selling it, what tenants do you have on there? Is it completely occupied? What does that look like?
Well, at the moment, we've got a hiccup. I've got a guy that sort of tried to open we did a big renovation down on first floor and second floor. And we were working on combining the first and second floors and having, he put it together with a bar in mind. Bar restaurant, kind of a light on the bar part, but it's got a small kitchen, and we didn't put in the rooftop fan yet, but that's yet to come. But he's having difficulties opening up, so now he was planning on buying it, and I think that there's going to be some interest from the East African community about locating kind of one of their businesses and having it being part of the neighborhood.
Gotcha. How did the virus affect you guys? Did they shut down? I mean, how was that? Are they stranded?
They did. We did a lot of our renovations during the close down time,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's time to get going. But it's these days it's hard getting things started. I think I really do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it is. I know that.
Especially restaurants.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to mention. Restaurants are, they have to.
More of them closing than opening.
That's right. You have to think a lot, especially in this virus world, and who knows what's going to happen going forward. People have that anxiety too.
Well, that's why I think that we're sort of sitting in the middle of the East African diaspora, and I think that's kind of the way that it's going to go.
Gotcha. If you were to sell it, what kind of terms, price, so forth are you thinking?
Well, I'd like to sell it as is. I'd like to get $1,300,000 for it. Okay, it's about 7,600 square feet rentable. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have a lot of land. It's got 4 parking spots. Otherwise, the land is right up to the edge of the building. All of the spaces are metered separately with gas, water, and electric. The building has got in-floor heat on a lot of it. It's all been rewired. Just totally redone starting in the 2000. So it's got new electric, new gas, new water.
Okay. I'm making notes as you tell me this. Okay.
Steel roofs, concrete roof on most of it, steel on the rest of it.
Okay.
Stucco, cement stucco, on 80% of the building. There's not much that we don't have stuccoed, actually.
Okay.
It's all stucco, cement stucco.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So as far as maintenance, there's not a whole lot of deferred maintenance on here, is there?
Not really. The mechanicals are on the 10 and 15-year cycle of their lives. And that's a real. I just went through the rooftop on the coffee shop AC. I basically tried to buy I wanted a replacement unit, and they're just really hard to find.
Oh, really?
So we then just rehabbed the AC on it, put in a new compressor, a new this, new that. And
gotcha.
It's going to have to be.
Yeah, especially nowadays. I bet you there's a lot of people backed up as well, if you were to find one.
Well, like when we were trying to get this one, it was, my goodness, it was June, and we contacted, I can't remember what brand it is. It's one of the official brands. It's not Carrier. It was, my brain doesn't give it to me right now. Sure. Anyway, they said that they were sold out, and we could apply for one to be available next March. And this was a year wait to get something. So it just wasn't going to be practical.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Man, that is amazing. Okay. But you finally got it all done, and you replaced like you were saying, some things in there. So.
Well, we ended up replacing the just about all of the guts on the AC. We maintained the fan on the top and the coils, but the compressor and a lot of the switching and There's another valve that's a little bit complex back by the A coil that we replaced as well.
Gotcha.
Went pretty well through it, and so I guess I'm saying it's going to last for a long time. It's an electric furnace, so it doesn't need it doesn't have the problem with the heat exchangers rusting out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Tell me about debt service. Do you have any debt service? It doesn't sound like it.
I've got some that's rolling over now. It will be. I did well, basically, it's just going to reset.
Okay. Just making notes here. Okay. And what kind of debt is there left on that to pay? How does that look? And are you as far as like payments and stuff, how does all that look? Everything is good?
Looks fine. It's kind of personal. I'm not going to share with you what my debt service is, but
no, I can appreciate that for sure. No problem there.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 1.3. Okay. Let me do some digging. I may. Right now I'm in Florida, so I may need to.
What part?
Yeah, I'm right now just south of West Palm Beach.
I'm sober on the Atlantic side.
Oh, Atlantic. Okay.
Well, I used to have a place down in Naples.
Naples, yeah, beautiful area, Naples.
It is.
So quiet, and you were just south of where the hurricane hit. So.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years of that. There were a couple of hurricanes came in close there and nailed Marco anyway, and they didn't. Naples just kind of skirted it because it just it flooded Marco and then went up to Fort Myers and a few of the Punta Gorda and things like that.
Is that where you were, on Marco Island?
No, we were over down on Barefoot William. We're not too far from Marco, actually.
Yeah.
We were down by the Glades.
Wow, yeah, the Glades, yeah. Beautiful area. I love taking the highway, from Miami to Naples because of the Glades.
I never did that. I always kind of, Miami always just seemed to be someplace I just didn't need to go to. But I heard that trip was nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very old. It reminds you of like old Florida or something. It's very quaint and not busy at all. You can stop on the road, the side of the road, go see the alligators, take some boat rides, that type of stuff. It's really cool. My kids, I have a 13-year-old boy, and he just loves doing stuff like that. So we we like that little drive there. It's only like, I don't know, like 2-3 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's going across the state's not too bad. Boy, I tell you, going the length of it takes some time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We just drove from Pensacola down here to it's North Miami where I'm at right now, and man, that took 2 days.
It's a trek. It's a real trek.
Yeah.
It's like when we drive in from Minneapolis, we get down past Atlanta and you start to think, well, I'm almost there. And let me tell you, it's a ways, it's real dark by the time you get to Naples.
Yeah. It's I bet. I've never done that. I drove one time through. My wife's family is from Colorado, so what we've done is we've gone through through Tennessee area, you know, to get to just to make it more interesting to get to Colorado, because the I-10, taking the I-10 from Florida all the way across to like Dallas, you know, that is very boring, you know. So we try to always, when we take that trip, try to always hit up new states so we can just see something different. And
well, Tennessee is really pretty, you know. That
Mhm.
whole stretch over in there is my that Chattanooga area to me is just the best. But
yeah, I really like that area. Yeah, it's nice. Well, at any rate, let me do some digging. I'll call you back here in the next few days, probably before the end of the week, and kind of let you know what I found. Now, on the 1.3, are you negotiable at all on that, or are you set on the 1.3?
not really. You know, it's I put a lot into it, and it's really good, solid building in a neighborhood that's not going up or not going down. It's just, you know, I should have gotten out of it when the interest rates were lower, but you know, I didn't, and so I guess, you know, it might be another 5 years of just taking on as rentals. So.
Yeah. Is this the only property you have?
I got a little house that's next to it on the mall, but.
Yeah, it sounds like you invest in stuff. You know, I was just curious.
Not really. It's sort of I bought the building as a fixer-upper, and I just, you know, I put a lot into it.
Gotcha. Yeah. How long ago?
Bought it in 1999.
Oh my goodness! Wow, you've been at it for a long time. Wow, that's 23 years almost. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's part of a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I can certainly appreciate that, Steve. I'll reach back out to you and see what we can do. I'm definitely interested. Like I said, I apologize. It took me forever to get back to you.
That's
but
not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah. I wish I had reached out to you also when the interest rates were a little lower too, because that's what I'm trying to figure out, how we can make it happen with that. So give me a little time.
It's really hard now.
Yeah.
The thing that is the best is that the city of Minneapolis has, because we're in the area that got burned out with the riots. The city of Minneapolis has got a program out there that they give you 33% of the purchase price, interest forgiven, principal forgiven, if you keep the building for 40 years or someone in your family keeps it for that time.
Wow.
So at that point, you know, it's like $400,000 is just comes off the top that they come in with. And so it makes it really, you know, if you've got a business that you're going to be here, it makes it real workable.
Yeah. I'm glad you told me that, because I need to look into that. Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but it's but that's you know, that's a real helpful program. There's about 3 other buildings just within the half block of me that have been purchased that way, and I think it'll make the neighborhood more stable.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what they're aiming for, and that's good. So,
it is good. It is really good. So, so you don't have anybody from Florida buying the building and just renting it out.
Right. Yeah, you got to be present. That's funny.
That's right.
Okay. Well, let me take a look at it, Steve, and I appreciate the information. I appreciate, you know, nice chatting with you. You're a really nice guy. I appreciate your time, and I'll get back to you, let you know what I think we can do.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Steve. Talk to you soon. Well, that was very interesting. Very, very interesting. He told us prior that he had sold it to pull us off, has not sold it, and is really motivated to sell it. Okay. So let me do this. He said that he regrets not selling it back when interest rates were low and people could buy right away for a high price, period. Just using the text to talk here to put my notes in the CRM. So just bear with me here for a second. He would like $1.3 million, comma. He has several types of businesses in this building, period. I think he said it's 7,600 square feet, period. He only has 4 parking spots, which are metered, period. New steel roof. Steel roof, comma, new wiring throughout, period. 80% of it is stucco cement, period. He tried to replace the AC heating, but there was nothing available. So he just gutted the whole system and replaced parts. With brand new parts, period. It's got an electric furnace, period. As far as his debt service, comma, he said he's going to get it reset soon. He is not very negotiable on the 1.3. He also mentioned that there is a great program because of the riots that happened in the area where the city will give about $400,000 to an owner occupied, period. So the way he needs to sell this building is to an owner occupied that will run the business for the next 40 years. Okay. All right, so I'm going to assign myself here to do some due diligence here on my CRM, and then Okay. DD, due diligence, and then assign it to me. Okay, create task. All right. Okay, so that was a good phone call. That is a good deal. You just kind of have to figure out how to do that whole program. That the reason I say it's a good deal is because he's a motivated seller, and that's what we look for. We need motivated sellers here. Okay, so let's go right in here. Let's move on to the next one. So we got a commercial building. Let me put it here in the notes for you guys below. Motivated. Commercial facility. Who has owned it since 1999 and is looking forward to selling it. Okay. Okay, so that is fantastic. You never know what's going to happen, so I can't tell you what the video is really going to be about until after, because I don't know who I'm going to talk to. That is what happens during a live training. Okay, so let's see what kind of fish we can catch now. Next. All right, here we go. Sold this one. This one is sold. Sold. Okay. So I have a dialer here that automatically dials people. No address here. Okay. No address. Okay. And so that's the lesson here is I am not going to chop up my. Hello? Yes, hi. I've received a note here that you may have a property that you're looking to sell.
No.
No? Okay. And all I have is your phone number. I don't even have a name.
No, and please move on.
Okay, well, I apologize. You have a good day, okay? Okay, so dead, so stays dead. So I don't want to chop up the video for you guys. I want you to hear everything just to make sure.
Welcome to the Minneapolis VA Medical Center.
Just to make sure that you guys understand how the business operates, right? So no, I don't have an address on this. Okay. And so like, for example, if you guys want to come in on this one, we have to figure out how to do as an owner occupied this property. But that's a really great example of like the kinds of properties that we get all the time. So shameless plug, as I do all the time, connect with me, reach out to me. Let's do deals together. That is one of the main reasons, you know, so aside from the personal reasons, one of the main reasons why I started this channel is for you guys to connect with me. Styling.
I'm sorry I missed the call. Just leave me a message and I'll call you back.
Okay, so no answer here. Lehigh Acres, let's see. Sold 19K, Willie. Sold it. That's why it's dead. Okay.
Thank you for calling Good Stuff Moving, Minneapolis and St. Paul's #1 local moving.
USA Family Moving, this is Sarah.
Oh, I think I have the wrong number. Sorry about that.
No problem. Have a good one.
Likewise. Move to dead. Okay. Cape Coral. Let's see here. I don't see this.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system 305342.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to make a note here for myself. It's completed and sold. This is, I'm contacting a seller here. Bear with me for a second. Okay.
Classic.
Oh my goodness, I have the wrong number. I apologize.
No worries. Have a great day.
Likewise. Okay. Cape Coral. Okay, let's see here. Listed for 45. This is 45. I don't want to talk to, I only want to talk to off market right now. So that's why I hung up on that one. No address on this one either. Let's see here. No address. Okay. So here we go. We continue. So what I was talking about earlier is this is the life. This is the day in the life. You get absolutely nothing. We go through like what seems to be really useless waste of our time, and like going through these calls like I'm doing right now. But then boom, in the middle of that, you talk to somebody and now we have a potential deal. So we have commercial land, residential deals right now because of this activity I'm doing this very minute. So
This is a response.
I know a lot of people want to just get the, get right to the point and 1, 2, 3 steps and all this kind of stuff. But I want you to see what it's like, what we're doing here so that you can go ahead and mimic it. So how do we,
Call may be recorded for quality assurance.
how do we get these people? Well, we do a ton of marketing. We use cold calls. We use, text messages. We use, so outbound, that is outbound. We're reaching out. Then we use Facebook and PPC. And then they reach to us. And then put it up. Hey, Scott, how are you? This is Ben. Good, good. I was just calling you back about your property there on Kane Street. Well, I think we had spoken. My assistant, as a matter of fact, was the one that spoke to you back. This is back in April, and wanted to see if at the time if you wanted to sell, and you had indicated that you were thinking about selling.
No, I am not. I'm not thinking about selling it.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. So you reach out to them, they reach out to you through different marketing channels and stuff. Not interested. And then everything goes into one bucket, one system, which is my CRM. And then from here, I just started a dialer, an automated dialer, and this thing just starts calling everybody that came from all of these different sources, right? And then that's what I'm doing right now. We talk to them and then figure out their situation. Then we disposition the call to interested, not interested, dead, follow up later, that type of stuff. And that's how I put them all the dead ones, I put them into the system, and I'm calling them right now. So that's how we got into it. So I guess the main question that you may have is, how do we get this lead or this list? The way we get them is from services like listsource.com. And we just kind of go and we figure out somebody that might be going through some sort of problem in their personal life, or the building itself has an issue. And then we just start marketing to them, and then they tell us, hey,
I'm sorry. Bye.
yes, I might be interested, I may not be interested. And then we take the ones that raise their hand and tell us that they are interested. So that's what I'm doing now. But then even that, once they go through that filtration system or that sorting system, then it's still going to be a lot of work to keep them organized and so forth. So that's what I'm doing at this very moment. As I keep going through the system and the motions and everything
Hi,
else.
thanks for calling us back. This is Crystal with Insurance Guide on a recorded line.
Did you know this number is available?
And people give you bad numbers and stuff, and we get bad numbers so how do we go from getting a list to reaching out to them?
You have reached clear.
There's a step there called skip tracing, and during that skip tracing process, we find a possible match for the phone number that we might believe that belongs to the owner of this house or this property that we're trying to get a hold of, right? And then we just call, and most of those numbers, about 50% or more, they are wrong. And then we go and put them into another system, and then eventually put them through like different systems to find their phone numbers, right? And hold on. And from there, we might get our we might get their that match rate higher than 50% to like 60, 70, or sometimes 80, but above 80 or 90 is very hard to do. So you just work with a lot of data to try to get a hold of these people all the time, so that we can reach out to them and ask them if we can move forward in buying their property. That is that right there, that data all the time is what we do. Want to make sure. For sale, okay. Is he selling this? Farmington, number 4. I don't know. Let's see. So that's what we do. It's just data all the time, and we don't mind it, because one transaction it makes us good money, and we get.
Hello?
Hey Miller, how are you? This is Ben.
This is the wrong number.
This is not Chad.
No, this is his own phone number. He hasn't had this phone for years.
Oh man, I apologize about that. Some random guy calling you. I am so sorry.
No problem.
You have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. wrong number here. Okay, so let's do it like this. So yeah, that's pretty much how the whole system works. In my experience, we have to have outgoing marketing and incoming marketing. We reach out to people, they reach out to us, right? That's what you have to have. And if we don't, then yeah, then we're lacking somewhere. This is sold, okay. All right. Let's see. Mm. Let's see here. Okay, Minnesota. Has not been sold. Okay.
The Thomases live here, but right now we're gone. We leave this voicemail to carry on.
Hmm.
Thank you for calling Russ and Ross.
Yeah, so that's the data. Data has to be good. Data has to be accurate if we are going to do a deal. And then, so let's say sometimes you have a property and you want to talk to the owner, but then you really want the property. So you talk to the brother, the sister, the wife, the husband, the neighbor, everybody, nearest relatives, you know, and not so near, etc., etc., etc. So you can find the person. It's very, very annoying. But of course, the gurus don't tell you any of that because they're trying to sell you a course. I don't have a course to
Please
sell.
leave your message for.
I don't have a course to sell. I don't want to sell a course, but I never say never. Maybe one day, but it won't be like these gurus. It's going to be something special if I decide to do that at some point.
Hello?
Yes, hello, Rufino.
No, wrong number.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
You've reached the voicemail of Patrick Waller. Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, so that's the data, bad data. No wonder they're in here. Okay, so we are going to leave it right there on this batch. Let me. Yeah, we're going to leave it right there. But not to worry, we will come back here, hopefully for a second session here today, see if we can get a hold of more people that can sell us their property so we can generate income for retirement. They can be the bank for us, and we can do that in a tax-free or tax-deferred way, which is what all my teachers, and my teachers are my vendors, people that I hire to help me. You need a team in real estate. You need the tax advisor, like I was telling you, tax advisor. You need, and he needs to advise you. What I discovered is this. So let's just wrap it up here. But I thought if I hired a CPA, the CPA would just kind of automatically do the best thing for me. Oh man, what's his name? Raymond, somebody. I learned a lesson because I was flipping at the time a lot, and he's like, "Hey, you owe like almost $200,000 in taxes this year." I'm like, "What? What? How can that be? Like, that's crazy." Here's a seller texting me, but anyway, how can that be? It's craziness, just complete craziness. And so that really hurt me a lot. And that's when I decided I am not basing my business based on flips or based on wholesaling, basing my business based on cash flow. And so that's why I'm like cash flow first, always. But I discovered that you need a CPA. Their niche, they have to, in my opinion, they have to have on their website that they only work with real estate professionals. It can be real estate agents, real estate investors, etc. But I want them to be specialized. Then what I want also is, what I need is a tax strategist. And the tax strategist also has to specialize in real estate. Very hard to find, but I told you at the beginning of the video, I got this Duck Soup, DUX Soup app that just automates the whole process, and you're marketing pretty much to everybody on LinkedIn that has certain keywords. In this case, tax strategist, real estate. I put all those keywords on there to find a tax strategist in real estate or CPA real estate, something like that. And I get the people, that, and make sure that the industry is selected that works in accounting, because I don't want to be targeting people who are realtors or something. They can't help me on my taxes. So you need a tax strategist, you need a CPA, and you need a bookkeeper. And in my opinion, all three of those need to be specialized in real estate. So they need to niche down who they really want to serve, and that industry has to be real estate, which I have. Man, it took me forever. It took me like 2 years to find people like that. So tax strategist, CPA, and a bookkeeper. Eventually, as your business grows, you need more people on the accounting side, etc. But here's the thing: you need also a custodian to help you with the investing side. A custodian is pretty much a glorified bookkeeper that keeps you in line, keeps you on track as far as your retirement account. You need that. Then, then you're protected as far as taxes and everything else. So if you're going to do this on your own and not go and partner with somebody like me, then you need other advisors. You need, real estate attorney as an advisor. Then you need a title company. You need a marketing guru as an advisor to go and do all the outreach. You need somebody to do the acquisitions for you, unless you want to sit on the phone like me all day, talk to all these people. And then you put that whole team together. You need VAs to skip trace. You need VAs to be texting. You need, I mean, it's to run an operation like that. It's a huge endeavor. So you can't just do it by yourself. So, but if you're just going to invest passively, you still need a strategist. You need a CPA. You need a bookkeeper, and you need a custodian. So somebody that invests on behalf of your retirement account. So when you record that, it's going to say, you know, let's say IRA such and such, FBO for benefit of John Smith IRA. And so that's what they do. They make sure that everything is in line, and that's how they're actually investing on your behalf, but you tell them where to put your money, right? So very different than a traditional IRA company like Vanguard or Merrill Lynch or some of these brokerage houses that tell you that you are self-directed, but they give you only a small list of investments that they deem appropriate for you. They tell you what you're allowed to invest in. It's crazy. I hated that. So I got out of it, and I do my own investments, and this is how I do them. So like this person here with the building that we got today, $1.3 million. I got to see what the cash flow is going to be for that. So I will keep you guys posted. If you want to be a part of that deal, you let me know. You comment below, like, subscribe to my channel so other people can benefit from the knowledge here in the community, etc. And I'll see you guys back here right now on the next video. You should be on a playlist, so it don't just play by itself. If not, just there should be something along the side here. I think maybe here. I don't know. You can click on that and go on to the next video. See you next time. Thanks.